Okay. All right, folks, ladies and gents. It is currently what time is it actually? 12:31. 12:31 in the AM. And I wanna yap. I have something I want to talk about, and I'm not calling no one this damn late, so you're just gonna have to hear me right now, all right? Yeah. Welcome to the first Yap session. I hope that something you might find something of value here. But fuck it, let's get this going. So, I've been thinking, right? Never a good sign. I've been thinking, right? I just been kind of just chilling, watching YouTube, and a couple of videos pop up on my feed very often. Or not the specific video, but like the topic. A specific video topic will pop up pretty damn often, right? Like the video topic would pop up pretty damn often, and that topic would end up is not end up the topic that pops up so damn often. Point being, it's about relationships. It's always about goddamn relationships, right? And specifically the problems that Gen Z has with it. Gen Z has with attaining relationships, and I have what may or may not be a hot take on that. Um, uh, but I'm gonna say it in the crudest way possible because that's what I do. We're pussy. Yeah, yeah. Gen Z is a bunch of pussies. We're kind of bitch made. We're kind of pussy about it. Now, what do I mean by we of the Gen Z variety have to be pussy about relationships? Relationships of any kind, be it friendships, romantic relationships, situationships of any kind. We're just kind of bitch made about it, at least in my opinion, and probably the opinions of others. I would have to say it's just in the way that we do things, specifically in the way that we tend to avoid any proper like relationship, specifically the work within it. I noticed that for most of us, we tend to be pretty avoidant. Oh wow, I said the dream word twice. We tend to be pretty avoidant in relationships, specific of any kind. We kind of keep one foot in the door, one foot out the other. You know what I mean? We try to play it safe, safeguard our emotions, and in doing so, we put ourselves in a really precarious situation. Essentially, right? Uh so yeah, essentially, right? Words. Hold on, one sec. It's late at night. Give me a break. But essentially, right? We it can all of this can be traced. All of this can be just traced back with history, seeing how things have progressed with others, other generations and their relationships. That probably definitely doesn't help with how we sort of perceive things, how we as a generation perceive things specifically. And it also doesn't help being able to see the worst of it all the time as often as possible through the internet, pretty much highlighting both the best and worst of us at all times, right? So for us, I noticed that we are just kind of scared. We're scared to put ourselves out there, and we safeguard our emotions so greatly that we end up not even being willing to take the chance. And that ends up looking like how a lot of people, men, women, and anything in between, tend to just avoid even putting in the work for a proper relationship, friendship, relationship situations, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We avoid putting in that proper work to get things going. You know what I mean? Uh, I'll give some examples real quick. All right, so I'm gonna just first examples I'm gonna give is through the men because I'm a man, as you can probably tell. But for real, we we as men have a real problem with expressing our emotions in healthy ways, and it base and and because of that lack of expression, it shows itself in really unhealthy kind of forced ways and that shows in a lot of the different movements that men have created and in an attempt to mitigate these things. Say for example, the incel movement, right? A lot of the incel movement is essentially men who see past generations and how easy they had it, or in comparison, how easy they had it to form greater relationships with women, people in general, and they feel a bitterness towards that, as well as the fact that they have an internal fear that they are inherently unlovable. Inherently, they fear that they're inherently unlovable, and that they fear that the world has essentially turned against them, and so with that fear rules them and makes them makes them turn all that negative energy out towards something, and that something or someone's happens to be woman, and that's how it manifests in the incel community as well as the red pill and even black pill community. We'll go over the black pill right now. So with the red pill and black pill community, the way they differ from the incels is that at the very least they'll try, right? They'll try to find some sort of solution, but they don't. But that solution is never internal. It's never to look inward. It's to look out for external validation of some kind. With the black pill, that's the most obvious, right? The black pill is essentially where the Looksmaxxing community kind of gets most of its philosophy from. They believe that the most important factor in all life is your looks, and that women are naturally hypergamous, and that to increase your chances in the dating market, you have to essentially increase your looks to the highest degree humanly possible by some metric that they through some pseudo scientific metric that they seem to have decided is the only real way to make things work, right? And with the red pill community, they also taken the idea that women are ultra hypergamous, and that the way for them to improve upon their lives is to do introduce very specific things to a manipulate women into liking them, and b increase their likelihoods of just being quote unquote successful. Um, uh, so essentially, a lot of it is essentially a lot of red pills just get bitches make money type shit, but taken to its highest extreme, right? And all of that is driven by fear. All of that fear creates exactly where we are right now, and essentially, right, we are now essentially with the men, a lot of the men at least, they are looking externally to try and find a way out of this pit that they found themselves in, and it's through these broken communities that take advantage of these young men that put them here, right? How that's exactly how at least the young men, a good amount of them, find themselves in this loneliness, in this great loneliness, and find themselves here. Uh, Essentially, it's all fear. It's all fear driven. That's the basis of what I'm saying here, and the same can be said for a lot of women. Now, how this can be found in women, how this can be found in women might be a bit more the hot take, but essentially, this can be found in women through things like the pink pill or fem cells, just in general. Fem cells, fem cells, much like incels, find themselves in the precarious position that they fear that they'll forever be alone, essentially, and that something within them simply isn't good enough. Simply isn't good enough for men to ever find them lovable as a whole, man, woman, whatever. They can't really find that companionship, and they feel deeply alone and fearful to even push forward with anything, right? And hell, even like the girl, like even like the pink pill or the girls or the decentering men crowd, a lot of them tend to ironically center men, and because they move not through a sense of abundance, but more of like a sense of fear, right? More of a sense of scarcity. Like a lot of the decentering men crowd would essentially start decentering men because they don't, not because they're not because they want to actually have some sort of self improvement in their lives. I'm sure, like, don't get it twisted, that is very much a lot of the start. Much like with the black pill and red pill, a lot of the start is just a lot of the reasoning would be simply to improve upon your life, right? That's that's not that's not like avoiding that, but at least what I've seen is that a lot of them, a lot of them also do it because they feel like they have no other real choice. There's nothing. There's no options for them, and they've either been traumatized in some way, or they fear being traumatized in some way, and avoid seeking. They avoid seeking more. You know, if you avoid seeking more, and it's that fear that rules them. It's that fear that keeps them from essentially being willing to try. And so they say, fuck it, I'm a rage quit. I'm gonna just decenter men. I'm gonna decenter men, while at the same token, basically basically policing the behavior of other women. Yeah, yeah. That's a whole other thing though. Blah blah blah. All this to say is that when it comes to Gen Z as a whole, a lot of people are just kind of afraid. All right, we're shook. We're shooketh. We're scared to our core to really put ourselves out there, put ourselves forward. All right, and for whatever reason it may be, whatever reason, a lot, and some of the reasons are can be kind of valid, especially on the individual level. I can't say that you don't have a right to be fearful of something, right? But at the end of the day, for most of us, a lot of this problem would go away if we were just more willing to actually put ourselves out there, a lot more willing to try. And I do understand that a lot of people have some sort of anxiety of some kind, like medically induced anxiety, not medically induced, medically, fuck, whatever. Like it's a medical anxiety, like it's a genuine, like uncontrollable thing, right? At least uncontrollable at the start. But fact of the matter is, most of us genuinely have to try. Like we're gonna have to put in some sort of effort. Now that effort doesn't have to be going to a dive bar and just start yapping your ears off, yapping your ear off of some poor man or woman, right? About your current hyperfixation. No, it doesn't have to be like that. But what you can do, right, is just start small, little things, very little things, just to put yourself more out there. For example, when you're outside, just fucking say hi to people. If you're going out to see your like if you're going outside and you're passing by neighbors, just say hi, what's up, hello. If you're a regular at some store, start off try and start like small talk with the employees. Like if you're going to a grocery store and you're a regular at that grocery store, like it's your close grocery store that you go to, or your close corner store that you go to, some small talk, some stuff like that. Just put yourself a tad bit more out there. You have to be willing to actually you have to be willing to actually push yourself for just a slight improvement. And it's the little incremental steps. It's incremental, you know? It's what's we call it? Like um uh like compound interest essentially. Like it's like compound interest, it's like incremental steps. Like you put incremental steps into the savings, and as it goes up and up and up, the interest goes higher and higher and higher. You gain more. Essentially, it's the same principle, just with anything. All right, it's the same fucking principle. So with that in mind, just try, try any little thing, and will and stop being pussy. Stop being pussy. I have no real. I know I'm not exactly a poet with this, but I feel like that's necessary. You know what I mean? It's necessary to just be willing to just push yourself out there. Put yourself out there. It starts with willingness. You know, it always starts with willingness. Uh, yeah, yeah, man. A lot of people, especially in just our generation, the coming generation, are really having trouble just with loneliness as a whole. And I feel like a lot of it can be avoided. A lot of it can be like you can try, you know. Like I don't know. I could be saying a whole lot of nothing, but I feel like there's something here. You know what I mean? That's kind of it. I won't yap too much longer. Yeah, yeah. The first yap session done. It's late as shit. I want to go to bed. It's my bedtime. All right. I'll be taking up my own fucking advice because I need to put myself out there more too. Like I am a sad lonely boy, and I yearn, man. A lot of y'all don't be yearning enough. A lot of y'all ain't willing to really yearn for more. And it shit, it shows. You're too scared to even think. You're too scared to even fucking imagine a better future. You're too scared to even yearn for more, and that's why you're stuck. You know what I mean? Like, want for more for yourselves. All right, y'all deserve more. I promise you deserve more. Try, try, yearn, look for more. You can get more. All right. This has been your boy Marilyn Mel. You guys have a good one. Have a great night. Peace.